Live from our studio in Clarksburg, West Virginia, you're listening to The Observer Live. Welcome to The Observer Live. My name is Gary Keith. I'm here with my guest host, Shannon Welsh.
Hello, hello.
So this is our very first broadcast. We're coming to you somewhat live. As live as anything,
Yes.
we'll put it that way.
Yes.
We're live right now, recorded live. So the whole idea of this show is going to be to make politics and the issues a little more accessible to the people of West Virginia. Mm-hmm. I feel like one of the big problems we have around this area is nothing is happening in a transparent way. It's like, do we even know our politicians or what they're thinking or why they make decisions? It's almost everything we have is rumor.
Right. Facebook.
You hear about things after they happen,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like that's kind of screwed up. I feel like if we were in a big city or, a bigger area, you'd be seeing your politicians on TV, doing interviews and debating and things like that. And we have absolutely none of that.
Not a bit.
None. I mean, they used to have, I'm sure some nerds like me probably remember that 103.3 used to have a show in the morning. I think his name was Ruben Purdue.
Yeah, I remember that name.
Yeah, and it was cool. I mean, he actually, would have council people and county commissioners and people like that on. And I really enjoyed his show. So I'd like to kind of do something like that. That was kind of the idea of coming up with this. We're based off the Facebook page, the Clarksburg News and Observer, but it's not going to be just about Clarksburg.
Right.
We're going to do at least Harrison County, and you never know. If we get really good at this, I don't know.
Statewide?
Maybe we'll get the governor on.
Oh.
So anyway, this is our very, very first episode.
It will go down in history.
We're learning a little bit, so bear with us a little bit here. Since it's not completely live, I may have to fix a few things. I might have to fix my face a little bit. Shannon looks good.
So introduce yourself.
Right. I'm Gary Keith. People who are coming to this podcast through the Clarksburg News and Observer probably obviously know who I am. I've been an annoyance to everyone on the internet for quite a few years. I first kind of got interested in politics and came on the scene clear back in 2013 when I ran for city council and lost. That one didn't go quite as well as the second time I ran. I was elected, and I'm your former city councilman. Never know, maybe your future city councilman
There you
too.
go.
You never know. I'm sure I'll run for something else again someday, but right now, I think I can have more impact harassing your current city council people. I shouldn't say harassing.
Right. Maybe we won't
Harassing's a bad
harass.
word.
Yeah, we want people to actually come on this podcast. We're not going to harass you guys. We're going to talk to you in a nice way.
I'm sure that when people hear Gary Keith, some of them might be a little afraid to come on here, but we're gonna make sure this isn't a gotcha show, because
Yes.
I don't want to be a gotcha guy. That's not cool. The idea is to be transparent and get people talking. So I don't want to scare people away. And that's why I thought I needed a guest host.
Hello.
Now, to be clear, I'm calling her a guest host because Shannon is currently running for House of Delegates.
Yes.
And I assume she's going to win based on the competition. We won't go into that too much. But I assume she's going to win. And I might have to replace her at some point. So even though she's very, very much in on this, right now I'm calling her a guest host.
Right. And we wanted that degree of separation too, because we're both, different individuals, different goals. But I think we both have a lot of shared opportunities too. So yes, I'm running for the West Virginia state legislator, but I'm a person too. I have a lot of different goals. That's one of them, but I don't want it to be all inclusive to this podcast.
Shannon is like my Leslie Knope. Do you even know who that is?
No clue.
Okay. So everybody listening knows who Leslie Knope is, I'm sure. If you've ever watched Parks and Rec, the greatest show.
Okay, the blonde one?
Yeah.
The blonde one. I got you.
This is why I love Shannon. She's so into politics. And, the other day, my kid's down here, and he's looking at this little globe I have. I don't even know where it went, or I would show you. So I have this little globe, and he says, he's pointing at stuff on the globe, and, he points, Shannon's showing him where, the United States and West Virginia is. Cool. And he points, what's up here? And he points at Canada, and Shannon says,
Trudeau.
She says, that's where Trudeau lives. What? It's like, that's only something that someone like Shannon would say.
3-year-olds got to learn, man.
Yeah, I love that about her. But anybody who knows Leslie Knope, I think she's got a little bit of that in her, which is why I think she'll be great in politics. She's hyper-focused. Is that a good way to put it?
Most of when I get on something, I can definitely be hyper focused because I want to complete my goals. This
Absolutely.
is a goal of mine. I got into it in a way that we will get into in future podcasts. We're not trying to make this all about my political career up front, but it's kind of the height.
A little bit, though.
A little bit, yeah. It's something I'm working really hard on. So it's definitely going to be something that we talk about, but we want to get more out there than just that.
So going back to just talking about who we are, if you don't know, I'm a 911 dispatcher. I have been for 28 years. I'm a lieutenant, Harrison County 911. Like I said, I'm your former city councilman. Background, I'm from Clarksburg. I did live 10 years in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's the only time I left. I came back. And I really want to see Clarksburg and Harrison County succeed. I think we're sometimes on the right track. I don't know. I'm a little bit burned right now by a couple things, but I think we're usually on the right track. I'm also a real estate broker. I'm with eXp Realty. Shannon actually is too.
Yes. And that's how I think you and I got really close. I mean, we go way back to when I coached your daughter on the swim team,
Yeah.
And how old's Gwen now?
Gwen is 21.
Yeah. So I was coaching little Gwen freestyle back in the Lake Floyd days. But we go way back to that. But I think we got really close on a business sense when you got me into real estate. And
Yes, I'm smart.
yes, he is. And
I used to actually run a real estate company. I actually closed during COVID and went to eXp just because it actually saved me a lot of money. And COVID was, so hard on the real estate industry. It kind of just made me not want to be out on my own anymore. And, when I did have my own company though, I was looking for pretty girls to sell real estate. And my God, the brain on this one. She's really like a total package. And I was pretty right about that. I think I just kind of randomly asked you one time if you wanted to get a real estate license, didn't I?
Figure out how it came. It was definitely a Facebook message of some sort that came my way. We'll have to go maybe one day and look back.
I think I said something along the lines of, I want you to make money for me. I'll pay for your real estate test.
Yes, that was definitely in there because anytime someone was like, hey, I will, pay for the cost of this. I want you to be involved. I'm like, yeah, let's make money together.
So me and Shannon are both in real estate still.
Yes.
And we're pretty good at it.
I think so.
I'm not as good as I used to be. I don't try as hard as I used to be. I don't try as hard as I used to. I'm sorry. Just because it's so much work. It really is. Like, selling houses actually used to be a lot easier. It became a much harder business than it used to be. Much harder. And anyway, more about you, Shannon. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, so I am running for the West Virginia State Legislature. My district is District 70. District 70 encompasses parts of Clarksburg area, not even all of Clarksburg. So we went away from a single member district, or we went to the single member district. I'm learning politics. So I'm brand new to this, learning all about it. But we went to a single member district in the last 5 to 7 years. I'm sure someone will tell me if that's off a little bit. But
No, I think you're right about that.
so from Harrison County, it was, you would vote for kind of your Harrison County-esque people. But now it is very concentrated. So it's 4 different districts are in Harrison County. I believe it's I know for sure it's District 69 and 70. And then I believe it is District 71 and 72. 69 is going to be your Lake Floyd area. It even dips down into parts of Weston. District 70 is me. That's going to be your Clarksburg, your Nutterfort, Northview, Staley. I've got my little cheat sheet. One of the commissioners helped me work on. I keep it in my wallet. I don't have it now, but I can lay out all the neighborhoods.
What about Country Club? Do you know?
Country Club is 69. It's right on the border. So mine ends somewhere in that Rosebud area.
Gotcha.
But I mean, if you look at the maps, we can pull them up one day. They're all, red squiggly lines. You want to include this road, but not this road type of thing.
Sure.
But I'm definitely appearing as a guest host. We wanted to keep that degree of separation because I'm sure there's going to be people that hate one of us, and we don't want to include that hate together. So people that hate me, I don't want to hate you, and vice versa.
She thinks they're going to hate one of us?
But
hey, listen, I have a very what do I want to say? I have a very good following. People that really, really support me.
Yes, I think so too.
But I got a lot of haters.
Yeah. And I think I have a pretty good following, supporting group right now too. And I don't have that many haters. I've been told that they are going to come with this line of work. So I'm waiting.
So just to clarify, what Shannon's trying to say is viewer discretion is advised of Gary Keith. My opinions or stupid things I say do not necessarily reflect the opinion of Shannon Welsh.
Yes, there we go. That's perfect.
I do not work for her or her campaign, and she's not taking responsibility for anything I say.
Yes, we'll come up with a really good statement that's reflective of
that. I'm sure we won't agree all the time either, so right. Shannon might actually be able to get votes by arguing with me.
There we go.
Arguing for the haters.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, the haters need to vote for you too.
Yeah. And we want to see your guys' input on this type of thing. That's a huge part of why we're doing this is we want to get the conversation started. The Observer Live. We want you to observe. We want to be live. We want to get the information that we know out there. And we want to know how you guys feel.
Absolutely. I think the show's main goal is going to be just giving people a front row seat to what's actually happening. I don't really want to be on one side or the other of anything. I think when you cross over into media, which I've been trying to do for a while, when you cross over into media, you have to try to find a way to give everybody a voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I can tell you're stupid.
He'll tell you. I'll be a little nicer about it, probably.
I won't tell anybody that to their face because I want them to come back. But,
right.
It happens.
But I think we are, going to do some talking about people here, especially your elected officials and the people that are in leadership and involved with decision making. And the way when we're talking about them, it's not going to be meant to come off, in a way that's attacking those people. We want to know, we want people to know how we feel about it. Maybe that's similar to how the public feels, and maybe it's not. And but that leader and that person in a leadership role should be confident enough to know, okay, this is public opinion. I'm going to take this as information and adjust, or I'm not, and I'm going to continue doing things the way that I do. And then the voters will know that, and they can vote accordingly.
Yeah, we just don't know it all right now.
Not at all.
I mean, it's crazy that the way politics exists right now in our area, like city council, for example, we don't even know the thinking behind an ordinance usually. So you watch a city council meeting, you see something introduced, seconded, voted on. You've never heard a damn thing about it before. You didn't have a chance to hear both sides. They don't debate anything. They do a very, Robert's Rules type meeting. There's no real discussion.
And then how many people that live in the city of Clarksburg that aren't involved in politics or business, know or care what an ordinance is or,
Right.
Robert's Rules, that's going to mean nothing to them.
You might not even know what like a new ordinance is until they come to give you a ticket for it.
Right.
I mean,
or don't give you a ticket for it. Give your neighbor a ticket, but you're doing the same thing and your neighbor gets a ticket, but you don't. So what's the...
Oh, and we're going to talk a lot about that.
Yeah, I think so.
This is a huge Clarksburg problem.
Yes.
That needs a lot of discussion.
Yes.
And I don't even know that it's so much a Harrison County problem as a Clarksburg problem. I don't know. We'll have to get into that. And I would even like, at some point to figure out how to have, some open forum with people, like either chat up on the screen that I could sit here and read, where I could have some questions and stuff like that, or
like call-ins, like someone calling in. Is that even a tech thing
I don't really
we
talk
can
on
do?
the phone, but
Yeah.
I guess we still have a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick them on speaker by the mic,
Yeah,
maybe.
well, that would be.
Tom Segura does.
I don't know if I can trust people that much.
Bert Kreischer. Yeah, you gotta be willing to trust them to be on the mic.
But I think there's a lot that we can add to the area. It's just such a hole in our whole media. Really the only local media that we have are the TV stations and the newspaper now. And I think, actual direct interviews and direct talk don't really happen on those mediums. You might see one sentence from a county commissioner in the paper. Like if everybody's mad about something, they go to them and they say, we're working on it.
Yeah. And that's
quotation marks and
right,
that's it.
Right.
That's all you. That's the whole thing.
But we're trying to bring this long form conversation to the table. Give Clarksburg, Harrison County, the state of West Virginia, an opportunity to see things in a long format, because you get on any type of interview or sentence, you get 20, 30 minutes even. We didn't really feel like that's enough. And that's what we're seeing some other local podcasts doing. They'll get someone in a leadership role or someone in an elected position up there. They'll talk for 20, 30 minutes. But that's not enough time to get into something.
And 20, 30 minutes, that's generous.
Yes.
Because the main interviews where you see people here are usually like WBOY. And you see them for 1 minute.
Right. How are you going to know
35, 40 seconds more likely, actually. Where they just ask them. They do that. Have you ever seen that morning show they do? I think they only do it once a week on Saturday or something. They might have 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes of the most scripted, can I say bullshit? Are we going to put this on the radio? Okay.
We'll test. If we get kicked off, we might say less of that.
We'll tell you a secret ahead of time. We may end up on the radio, but this is just our first episode. So I don't think this one will ever end up on the radio.
No, I can't imagine them putting something old.
We're
on
in
the
negotiations.
Radio.
Let's put it that way.
Yes.
But so I'll say bullshit today, but usually I'll try not to say that.
Yeah.
I am a little bit of a cusser to get my point across sometimes. So that's probably going to be one of my biggest adjustments here.
But I don't know if we want to adjust. I mean, if that's how we get our if that's the way that we speak, then I don't think speech should be rifled, just.
I want to be careful though.
Yeah.
I have lots and lots and lots of ways to offend people. I don't want my.
That's right.
I don't want my language to be what offends them.
Right.
And I don't want to offend people into not wanting to listen because of that. So I know it does offend some people. So I'm sorry I said that. I'll try not to. Unless I get really mad.
Yeah.
Then it's just going to happen.
I might try and find a way to make that allowed. So there's our first disagreement.
So I think we've talked a pretty good bit about what we want to do here. Just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect in the future of this show and what I would like to see it turn into. This will probably very seldomly be just me and Shannon. The whole idea is to get people on here. And, you know, I kind of have like a wish list of the kind of people that I want to have on here. And the main place that this will live, at least to begin with, is going to be on the Facebook group, Clarksburg News and Observer. So I'm definitely looking for feedback too. Like, what are you interested in? Like, who would you like to hear talk? One of our first ideas was to get somebody on here from the Clarksburg Water Board.
I was wondering if we were going to talk about that.
Yeah, hell yeah, we're going to talk about it. I mean, I'm not... I still hope he comes on, to be quite truthful with you. So I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on him.
Let's leave it as a representative of the Clarksburg Water Board.
We'll leave it as a representative of the Clarksburg Water Board. We actually called him up the other day and asked him if he'd be on here. And he said yes.
Mm-hmm. He did. We both heard it.
Then I think he started thinking about being alone with Gary Keith and a microphone. And he didn't even call me back and tell me no. He told Shannon no.
Yeah. Which the relationship was not with me and him initially. I think
the relationship is with me. He's my buddy. I mean,
we know of each other. Now you're giving it away.
I don't know. But I still hope we get him on here.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that, I'm sure he'll probably watch this first one. I want to make sure that he understands and he hears me say, I'm not looking for gotcha interviews.
No. The part of it was in my campaign have noticed that the water project is one of the most widely talked about subjects across diverse populations. So the people that I play poker with, the people that come to my rallies, the people that are at political events, all of these diverse different groups are talking about the Clarksburg Water Project right now and the Clarksburg Water Board. So I thought, hey,
it's a damn disaster is what they're saying.
Yeah. And it's, so we wanted to get someone on here long form to be our first guest and talk about what is really going on and give them an opportunity to get, the word out rather than us, saying it's a disaster initially. Let them talk about it a little bit.
And one of them actually did I won't say it's the same one. One of them actually did a podcast type thing the other day. It was with Healthy Harrison.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like through UHC, Ruby, WVU. I don't know exactly how it works. And I think he's a local guy too. I don't know the guy. I actually forget his name right now. It totally has escaped me, which I'm sorry. Person, if you're watching this, I like your show, but I forget your name. But the water board member that went on there, it was Chad Sigmund. Since we're talking about it, you should actually go watch it. He did a nice job. It was a decent little interview, but it was super short. And I think I would get into a lot more stuff.
Yes.
And like, my way of doing it would be more getting into, Chad's personality a little bit more and not making it like so. It was just very question and answer and didn't go very deep into anything.
Yeah.
It was fine. I liked it for that style of show. And I'm sure they have a schedule they wanted to stick to. It was good. I liked it.
But this podcast is going to be different, I think.
We're
not going to be the typical, in between lines type of things. I think we want to kind of push the boundaries.
I'm very unplanned. Like, I just start talking and start thinking and,
this whole thing, we decided we're going to just go live right now. Or not live, recorded live, but we almost went live.
Mostly live. Yeah. We're as live as the late shows. Let's put it that way.
Okay. That's true.
Plus, I'm lazy and I'm probably not going to edit this very much.
Right.
So it's probably,
this is probably going to be
at least 90% live. Like, I think podcasts are a good medium to say whatever you want kind of thing. So if I sit here and over edit it, I think that would ruin it. Mm-hmm. Like, I want an open, just us talking.
Me too. And I want, that's something I've been working on personally is I want people to get to know me more. I think I've been, a very structured person, really working on my career advancement and things like that. But part of my career now is politics. And I think being in the public eye, you I want to be transparent being in the public eye. I think you don't get that a lot from your public officials, and that's how I want to be different.
Well, I mean, you don't know any of them.
Yeah.
Unless you know them, you're not going to get to know them during an election.
Yeah.
Like there's just no, and maybe we'll help with that. There's no opportunity. You know, some of these, like Clarksburg elections in the past, the last one that I was in, which I forget how many ran in that last election, but the last election that I was in, there were 13 people running for 3 seats.
Wow.
Like there is no way.
Right.
Like when you only have, I mean, when the election really gets going is probably the last 2 months, 3 months at the most.
Right.
In 3 months, how do you form any kind of opinion of 13 people if the only thing you know about them in some cases is
Their name.
a platform they posted on Facebook, their name,
Yeah.
or an ad they put in the newspaper? You know, sometimes like the week before the election, they'll get a half page and it'll like have bullet
Yeah.
points of like 6 things they want to do.
And those things
And that's all you know.
Exactly. And those
That's
might
it.
not even be true about them. You know, is that really how they feel, or is that just what they want on paper?
And you know, you end up voting for them. It's like, oh, I'm voting for Shannon because her dad's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's half the elections in West Virginia.
Right.
You know, I'm voting for this person because they're a Democrat or this person because they're a Republican. It's like, let me give you some advice, folks. Democrat and Republican on this show is going to be like illegal
Yeah. We're not going there.
because it has no bearing on local politics. It really doesn't. Like, I wish it had no bearing on national politics, but it has no bearing on local politics. Like, when you're talking about how your elected official is going to get money to fix a road, it doesn't matter.
No.
It has nothing to do with the whole thing.
No. And they switch all the time anyway. How many of them that are there now were one party,
Every damn one
5
of
years
them.
ago?
Every damn one of them.
So-
It's crazy. Like, I won't drop any names, but some of these people were the leaders of the Democratic Party.
Right.
And now they're these hardcore conservatives. It's like,
Why? But is that a way to just get attention because they don't have a
no,
platform
it's
like
it's
this?
how you get elected. That's how.
Yeah.
I think that may be over this time
I hope
because
so.
I feel like things have lined back up.
Yeah.
But it's like these people were all, you know, sitting in their living room, what, 8, 9, 10 years ago, and they're like, okay, I've been in this office for 12 years, but everybody's mad at my party now.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and mosey on over here to the other party.
Yep. Yeah. And I think,
You know, did they change anything?
right.
No.
No.
And that's my point, that for the sake of this show, at least,
Or between you and I, maybe, because we'll have guests that are going to come on here, I think, and are going to be, very structured in their approach and say, I hate this
boy,
party.
I'm going
I
to
hate
try to
that
talk
party.
them out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I will talk about any one issue you want to talk about,
Yeah.
but don't do talking points to me.
Right.
This can't be about national politics.
Yeah.
Because national politics are broken.
Right.
They're absolutely broken. Like, I want to talk about who can fix the road.
So you're not.
That has nothing.
Yeah. Have you seen the TikTok of the girl driving through Clarksburg and is like, this is what it's like driving through Clarksburg? It just is bouncing up and down continuously.
What was that again?
So that's our image right now. That's how we're, getting presented to at a
Cue
large
that slow
scale.
motion replay. No, I'm just kidding.
My boyfriend's going to watch this. Just remember.
Okay. So I want to be very transparent, and I feel like that's going to be a rule of the show, though. Like, I don't want to talk about national politics.
Yes.
Don't ever bring up anybody. I just don't want to get into
We're
it.
not trying.
It
to do
ruins every conversation today because everyone is so focused on the negativity, like blaming each other for things. This show will never be about national politics. So if that's what you're looking for, change the channel. We're talking about
what matters to you guys, and I know
city,
you think it might matter.
the county.
Yeah.
maybe the state. That's even a stretch. I don't even know
Right.
if I want to get all the way to them. Like if one of them wanted to come on here or we had something really good to talk about with them, maybe. But I feel like that's even a tiny bit of a stretch because you're going into a different arena.
But what about, next November 26th when I get the election and I do become a West Virginia state legislator? I'm going
Oh, you're ours though.
Yeah.
That's different.
Okay.
Like I would feel much different about that. Or even somebody else in the county like Ben Queen. I love Ben Queen.
Yeah.
I hope I can get him on here eventually.
Yeah.
Much different than the governor though.
Okay.
Like I made the governor joke.
Yeah.
But the governor is so...
So maybe the executive branch of...
The governor is like 30,000 feet.
Yeah.
I want like...
So legislative branch, maybe
Yeah,
we can talk
like-
a little, but not the executive branch
Like,
of state politics.
assuming you're elected,
Yes.
and you will be, you're all about us.
Yeah.
That's your whole
Oh
job.
my gosh, yeah.
That's your whole job.
My constituents, the people that
You're
I
just
represent.
here.
But I want to bring what I learned from Charleston back to the table.
Yeah,
too.
like even a congressman. Who is our congressman? McKinley? Is that right? I don't even know.
I should know this, and I don't. Is this our opportunity to check here? Let's Google. Can we test the Google screen?
Nah, it's not that important right now.
See, I want to see who our congressman is.
It's not that important right now. But even somebody like that, they're on such a different level than what I want to talk about here.
Moore and Miller.
God, I was completely wrong.
Yeah, Riley Moore, Carol Miller.
I don't even know her. Is she
I
like?
should.
Is she
I don't.
local?
But why? I should, but it is also their job to let us know that they are our representatives.
Right. And that's kind of what I mean. That's what I mean by keeping the national stuff out of it, because do I care who they are because I like civics and stuff like that? Yes. But do they really affect my daily life? No.
Yeah.
Does Donald Trump affect my daily life? Not really.
I think the clip that they pull out of this, because they're going to pull out the worst clip, is going to be me and you saying we don't know who our current congressman is. And that's going to be the 30-second quote that we get quoted for this. But we're more than that. You got to watch the rest of the series.
But, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it makes the exact point I was trying to make anyway. Like, our local people, like Sheriff Robert Matheny, has 500 times the effect on my life that Donald Trump does.
Oh, exactly.
And that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
Even the governor, our county clerk has 1 million times more effect on me than the governor of West Virginia.
But how do we know more about what the president of the United States is doing on a daily basis than what
That's
these people
why we're
are doing
here.
on a daily basis? We're going to tell you.
So if you want to talk about national politics, CNN's right there on your TV.
Yep.
Fox News is right there on your TV. All you got to do is hit the button.
Yep.
That's probably not the show for you. But if you want to talk about how Jerry Riffle needs to fix the road.
Yes. Learn who your mayor
Jerry
is.
Riffle is like my favorite guy in the world. I'm just kidding.
He's coming on here.
Yeah, I just
For
had to
sure.
drop his name. It's like, Jerry, you need to fix Pike Street.
Yeah.
Fix
But we
Pike Street,
should
Jerry.
talk about the name, I think you and I could name the current city council members. at
Oh yeah, I
least.
know everybody in the
So,
city
yeah,
council,
we
which is
could
funny.
Go through and name those. We know who the mayor is. We know the commissioners. Do our, people that are going to be watching know that? Maybe not as well as we do. So we get that information out, and then we learn more about what you guys want to hear.
I would tell you, no, they don't.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how many people I talk to on a weekly basis who think I'm still in city council.
Yeah.
They're like, you need to do something about this. It's like, well, I haven't been in office for 5 years, but
Has it really been 5 years?
that was me just.
Okay.
That was me exaggerating.
say, oh.
What year was I? 22?
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been 3. We're
Okay.
getting there.
But still.
Yeah, but just my point though, I don't want any kind of like partisan BS. Like it means so little to me. Like I would say, and I think Shannon kind of is too, which I won't put any words in her mouth. I'm so centrist anyway,
Yeah.
which I think most of the population is.
Yeah, and I
It's-
do lean centered.
It's
also.
crazy. It's crazy that we put ourselves in these two categories when probably 60% of people are somewhere in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
And we get so polarized. I can think of many instances where, people in the same party are, arguing over, I'll talk about the Democratic Party. People are arguing over who's more woke, just to be able to use the word. But you're, supposedly on the same team. But I think it goes back to like a tribal thing, where that's what's inside of us innately is, we're tribal. So we want to have our tribe and this is our people and we want to, do that. But as non-cavemen and women, I think we should be able to get away from that a little bit.
Well, I can tell you right now, if there were two tribes, I'd be the guy on top of the mountain by myself. Because I don't want to be in either of these current tribes.
Yeah. I don't know. If there were two tribes, I'd probably be trying to make friends with all. I'd be trying to get like a third.
Right? That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I would like a third too. I don't think we'll ever have a third though.
Well, we do have there are other parties. What is it in West Virginia? Like the Mountain Party.
Yeah.
That's on the actual ballot.
And then, there's the libertarians, and I love the
Yeah.
libertarians. So many of their things I actually agree with. But they always screw it up with something stupid.
Yeah. But I think you, like me, can pick a part from each of these individual groups that we agree with rather than trying to hold the values of all one party like a lot of people do. I think we can pick individual things from each of those and then aren't afraid to say that we like, I like this from the Republicans. Like, I like this from the Democrats. I like this from the
And that's the only thing that's realistic.
Yeah.
Because there's no way, like, I can't agree with, like, on the Facebook group, I can't agree with 10 people on who has the best pizza in Clarksburg.
Right.
So how can I agree on serious issues? It's like I have, my own flavor.
Yes.
And it might be completely different for every single issue.
Flavor.
Yeah, and that's I feel like we had to talk about that because this will not be any partisan conversation. So let's just stay away from that completely. And the kind of people that we'd like to have on the show, man, how should we do this? Do we actually like drop names to put like
I think
power?
We already started a little bit. We don't want to offend anyone. If you're coming across this, I don't want to offend anyone.
The fact that I want to talk to them definitely shouldn't offend them.
Right, but we are. I think we do.
I do want a member of the water board on here. That's the most obvious one.
We're definitely.
If we.
So water board, when you see this, we want one of you. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, I mean they would all be good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then we get
Maybe since Chad's already done something, we should be asking Mr. Howe or Mr. Cox. That would be cool. I would be good with either one of them.
Yeah.
And the best option might even be Jason Myers, the general manager.
right.
But so open invitation to you guys. If you want to give me a call, I would like to have one of you on the show. So, and I promise I won't beat you down.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll make sure of it.
Right? Shannon will protect you. So that's a big one. Local government, obviously. I have a list here in front of me, but local government, I think that's one of my main goals. Main goals, like as soon as possible, I'd like to start getting some city council people in here, maybe the city manager. The city manager, Tiffany Fell, love her. I don't know hardly anyone except for Shannon maybe that gets me so hyped up when she talks. Like, I think putting Tiffany out there is like the best thing Clarksburg could do. I don't know why we don't see her like on the news.
I don't think she has a way to get there. I mean, she's from out of town. When she first moved here, she actually used me initially as a realtor. I don't know what ended up happening, but I did show her houses in the area. So she's not from this area.
She went to an auction.
So realtors, auctioneers are very
the
separate.
enemy of every realtor is the auction.
Yes.
Because realtor, just for your general education, everyone out there, if you're going to buy in an auction and you've been working with a realtor, you can register them ahead of time to go to the auction with you or to get paid when you go to the auction. And the other party has to pay them, not you. So you should do that. But unfortunately, it happens a lot. auctions are kind of a last moment thing. People just show up there. And I think like Joe Powell requires 48 hours for them to say that you're their realtor. Like
Yeah.
they can't just show up there and say,
Right. You can't.
they
bring
can't show up
this
and say,
person-
Shannon's my realtor, pay her.
Yeah.
Like
that
they'll be
doesn't
like,
work. They try and cut us out, but just like a lot of people, try and cut out people in business and do them
10%,
dirty.
folks. Joe Powell, 10%. I love Joe Powell. He's a
Typical real
genius.
estate.
I would love to have Joe Powell on this show. My God.
Oh, yes.
You know that guy,
I bet
I
he'd
don't want
do
to talk
it.
about his personal finances, but he has to be a billionaire.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
not even-
I have some insider people that I think we could.
Listen,
get
it's
some
not even
information.
millions.
Yeah.
It's got to be a billion.
Yeah.
This guy, I would say if I could like copy someone's life in business, I wish I was Joe Powell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather be Joe Powell than our governor.
But I mean, I know several people that, work for him, and I know about him through those people. But we don't want that to be how you know about these people. We want you to hear it from the source. We want
Sure.
Joe R. Pyle on here.
I would love him to sit here and tell me how he got started.
Exactly.
And,
And I think that'd be easy.
how in the hell did you do what you
Yeah,
did?
or who were you talking about? Schaefer, Martin Schaefer. You
Martin
were talking
Schaefer
about
is
the other
high
day.
on my list.
His
I actually
story.
sent him a message. We haven't talked yet.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even tell him what I wanted. I said I wanted to talk to him. But I would love to get Martin Schaefer to
Yeah.
come in here and just talk about it. He probably wouldn't be a good like first guest because
Yeah.
he's going to be a little bit negative.
Right.
But I would like him to talk about where we went wrong. Like why is Bridgeport doing what Bridgeport's doing and Clarksburg's doing what Clarksburg's doing?
Yeah.
And Martin's told me some of these things in the past, so I already kind of know his answers. And I would love to document some of his knowledge.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's another great thing. We're doing this on YouTube. We've got a potential to get it on the radio, but YouTube at least, it is going to be documented so people can go back and watch the old podcasts of
it
these
should live
people.
forever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when we're dead and gone,
Yeah.
it'll probably be on like old YouTube.
Right.
You'll have to
They'll
like,
still be taking 30
you'll have to
second
like
clips
take off
out.
your goggles and go back to
Yeah, your
you'll
meta
have to go back
glasses
to
or
a
whatever the
computer,
new-
the dusty
yeah.
computer, and look on
Yes.
there. But I imagine YouTube will probably be around a while.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I think in this new world where we have so many ways to store information, I'd love to have not even just Martin, but kind of explore some old timers. I'd love to find somebody that was, a 90-year-old Italian that's lived in Clarksburg their
Right.
whole life and remembers the mob
Right.
and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like,
I can think of a few.
tell me some of those stories, if they were
Yeah.
still sharp, that could document some of that stuff. Ryan DeBar,
Is not 90.
he has a YouTube channel.
Oh, does he? Okay.
And here, just the last 2 videos he's done, super, super enjoyable. If you
Yeah.
guys, I can't remember the name of his.
Yeah. What's his name? I wonder if I can get it here.
I can't remember the name of his channel right now. Maybe I'll drop a link in the description of this video. Go watch his last 2 videos. Very interesting. Actually,
Wigging Out featuring Ryan DeBar.
there you go. Wigging Out featuring Ryan DeBar. I don't even know where he got all this information for his last 2 videos, but they were absolutely spectacular. They're only, 10 minutes. But he packed so much information about 1920s things that happened in Clarksburg and involving, families in Baltimore and Pittsburgh and how they were all connected.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right. Or you
I don't even
get
know where he gets the information.
Mike Spatafor from the Clarksburg History Museum.
Oh, he's high on my list.
Yes,
I would love to
he
have Mike in
is
here.
a wealth of information with that type of thing. And the Clarksburg History Museum is experiencing all of these, budget cuts. Their main person is funded by AmeriCorps, which due to the government shutdown and some of the budget cuts, they are not being funded right now.
I guess they're moving too. Did
Okay,
you hear that?
I didn't hear that. Last I heard
Is
was
that public information? Maybe I shouldn't say
I don't know, but the commission I think funded her for a little bit. So Harrison County Commission funded the Clarksburg History Museums. I think her name's I don't know her name.
Okay.
The AmeriCorps worker,
Okay. I'm not sure which
Yeah.
one it is.
but
I think there's Beth there too.
maybe
Yeah.
yeah,
And any of them would be great to have.
right,
Any of them.
right.
So that's a way we could go. We'll probably get Jason on here from the RG eventually. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had a conversation with Jason?
No.
Oh my God. That guy, I swear you could just sit and listen to him talk. He's spectacular. And I really think that he's one of the driving forces behind that Robinson Grand. I think it has really improved since him and Ian both have been there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, actually, I'd love to get Ian on here too. He has that accent. Have you ever heard his accent? He's Irish or Scottish.
Okay.
Like, we could do golf and an interview.
And I think we definitely want to focus on, the public officials as much as we can. But I don't think, at least I wouldn't be opposed to getting like private business owners on here as well.
Oh, no, absolutely.
I think we want to have both of those voices.
No, I don't want it to be all politics.
Yeah.
This is, supposed to be a community-based show. Mm-hmm. Gosh, somebody like Tuna.
Oh,
let's get Tuna.
Tuna, you watching right now? Come on, Tuna.
I want Tuna on here.
That he's doing for our area, Monticello Avenue, especially. I mean, the community garden. He was the one that put that together, right?
Yeah. And I mean, somebody like Tuna is what every neighborhood in Clarksburg needs.
Yes.
Tuna is, he's like the social leader over there.
Yeah.
He does events. He's planned events. And if, a homeless person gets out of line, it's Tuna's foot on their ass. Like he runs them down the street.
At this point, I think we'd rather have the stuff than Tuna at this point. Like, Tuna's going to lay some stuff down.
Tuna, I mean, I can't imagine Monticello Avenue without Tuna.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
If I think of anyone.
I don't know what it was, in the past, like a long ways back.
Yeah.
But, like, Tuna's keeping the peace.
Sure is.
Absolutely. Like, I would love to have Tuna on here and talk to her. Let's see. What other kind of people? I think this is a good conversation for us just to have these people thinking about coming on here.
Exactly.
I kind of missed when we were talking about Martin Schaefer along the same lines.
Yeah.
Jim Hunt, I want to have on here.
Jim would be great.
Well, Jim, ran Clarksburg for, God, between being the mayor and being a councilman, probably, I think, 16 plus years. I think he was on council 16 years.
Yeah.
And when he wasn't on council, he may have held a county office. Don't get me. He may have been a magistrate. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% sure about that. I think he ran for a county office. I can't remember if he won or not.
Okay.
So I think that was in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But Jim actually has his own podcast too. We'll give him a plug. It's called Amazing Cities. Mm-hmm. And Jim is very interesting. Like, I don't listen to a lot of his podcasts. I haven't in the past because they get really deep in the weeds, like a little more technical than I want to talk about. Like, he'll get a public works guy on there and talk about every aspect of public works for an hour.
Okay.
And getting really deep into it's really more of a podcast for city leaders than normal people. Mm-hmm. So it's a little maybe too complicated. Mm-hmm. But I want Jim to get in here and talk about the past of Clarksburg. Yeah. Things he did right, things he did wrong. Like, I know one thing Jim takes a lot of credit for is the whole deal with the FBI.
I don't know so many. You're teaching me.
Well, I don't want to ruin his show, but I'd like for Jim to come in here and explain to us how in the world that city council, not just him, I don't want to give him all the credit. We'll probably make somebody else mad. Yeah, but how Jim,
mad for sure.
How Jim and his city council got the FBI center in the city of Clarksburg. I don't know if do you know that?
No.
The FBI.
I have so many family members that work there.
You know where the FBI center is, right? That is the city of Clarksburg.
Interesting. So that goes to with my, trying to figure out the lines of politics. Why is that Clarksburg?
That is the city of Clarksburg. They actually did a shoestring annex down Murphy's Run, and then out Meadowbrook Road, and then on to, Winter's Hollow that goes to the FBI. That city limits just surround the road and go right out there and encompass the whole FBI. Wow. Which is crazy. Yeah. I mean, for that to be in the city, it's what? 5 miles at least out of the city limits. Maybe not that far. I don't know. As the crow flies, it's probably 2. But anyway, it's nowhere near the city limits. The last thing in the city that direction is the Quarry housing development. Clear up on the hill on Murphy's Run, which also really shouldn't even be in the city, which, it's connected through the backside. And that was the same time period. So maybe this was just that city council's thing. It's like, let's shoestring annex everything, which I think now, because so many cities did that, Morgantown just did it recently with that new Walmart. And then the state made it illegal because everybody was so mad about that. Because I think it was in one of those little towns out there on 68. And somehow they made the Morgantown city limits go right across 68 into the Walmart. And now I think you have to do it completely different. It's much harder. So it's probably the end of that. But the whole FBI thing, that'd be a very interesting thing to talk to Jim about. I think the main reason they were able to pull it off, it was kind of a scam because at the time Bridgeport didn't have paid firemen. And they were worried about terrorists, blah, blah, blah. If somebody blows up the building and it's a huge fire, we want to have...
They didn't have paid firemen?
No, Bridgeport actually used to be volunteer.
That's crazy to me.
And even when I started at 911, which was, like I said, I've been there 28 years, they still had a couple paid guys and mostly volunteer guys, which it was crazy. It was a weird setup. Like, I'm not even probably the best one to describe it. Like, they had like 2 paid guys. Like, if there was a fire, they would drive a truck there. And they had their own truck, but then the volunteers had a different truck.
I'd love to get someone from the fire department. I was just up talking to Jason Nicewarner up in Morgantown, toward the fire department up there.
Jack Clayton would be the one for that. I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah. And someone from like just different union organizations. My campaign has had me get so close to these different union organizations. You've got the carpenters, you've got the pipe fitters, the steel workers, all of these people, your leaders that are parts of these organizations. Come out and tell people, what a union is like, how you guys get pensions, how you take care of people, how you pay your workers more, how these jobs are available.
I'll tell you an interesting thing about Bridgeport Fire Department, since we were on that conversation, just since people might be interested in that now that I brought it up. They actually, so you had paid guys and volunteer guys. Also, right when I started, I can't remember how long it was after I started, but you only had one chief for the police and fire. It was Jack Clayton. He was the police and fire chief. And if I remember right, don't quote me on this, I can't remember if they actually did it or they were just talking about doing it. Some of the police were actually cross-trained, and they would carry fire gear in the trunk of their cruiser.
Wow.
I can't remember if that actually happened or they wanted to do it. I think they did it, though.
That's crazy.
But they would actually, park your police car and get on the fire truck. They were the city employee that was working.
That's
and it just shows you how far Bridgeport's come.
Yeah.
And I don't...
It's a very short time.
20
and
years.
Why hasn't Clarksburg taken the same trajectory?
They've just beaten our asses. Can I say that? I forgot. I got to stop saying stuff like that. And I mean, that's the development of every city. There's always, we learn in real estate that the scarcity of land, they're not making any new land. So if you want to build something new, there's not really a spot in Clarksburg.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we fill in a valley or cut down a mountain, we've pretty much filled it in.
But I think a lot of it too is planning. Bridgeport can make a plan come together. Where
No, they can't.
No?
Oh, they do their plans terrible.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm starting to make better plans.
Have you seen all the big lawsuit going on between White Oaks and Bridgeport? Oh boy.
I was gonna say which lawsuit.
Oh boy, it's a whole big thing. And that's where they went in and made a terrible plan and way overdid it and got way too many loans, and it's a TIF district and now they can't pay for it. So how do you repo land? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think eventually, I shouldn't get into something that political, but eventually Bridgeport will probably end up owning White Oaks. I don't know.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
This podcast is gonna, make people, or make me realize at least, like, I'm very naive in a lot of these things, and like I think I can be pretty humbled. Like I'm pretty stupid, like a lot of the time about a lot of things, but I want.
You're young.
Yeah, I'm young. I am young.
Everybody's stupid until they get old. Ask any old person; they'll tell you that.
Yeah, I want to learn more about these things, but I don't want people watching to think, that I don't know because I don't want to. I want to know more about these, and that's part of doing this too, is I want to hear these stories, and then I want to share them with people that I talk to on a regular basis.
Well, that's when you become my Leslie Knope, like I said.
Okay.
When an issue comes up, you laser in on it and learn everything about it.
Yes, I could do that. Yes, I can do that.
You can't know everything about everything.
Okay.
Unless you're me.
Okay. What does your shirt say right now?
It says, wait, let me make sure you can see it there. Trust me, I'm perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Shannon bought me that. No, she really didn't. My wife bought me that. No, she really didn't. I definitely bought it for myself. Let's be honest.
Who else do we have on our list here? So we've got residents, old timers we talked about, historians, nonprofit. So like the United Way, the Mission.
I mean, I
Lou
love,
Ortenzio,
oh, I'd love to have Lou on.
Dr. Lou
He
Ortenzio.
can talk about so much
Yeah,
stuff.
he caught so much hate, but he's got a story.
He doesn't get hate from me.
Yeah, not from me either. I love him. I shake his hand every time I see him.
So, and people who followed me on city council and kind of have followed my journey probably know that I give Lou all the credit. Okay, most of the credit. I give Lou most of the credit
You got to take some, right?
for a lot of the good stuff that we did when my city council was seated.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things we did was convincing the Mission to become a drug treatment program instead of an emergency shelter. Mm-hmm. And some people have misunderstood that. Like it wasn't that we didn't care about homeless people.
Which
It
is
was
every
that-
headline.
They overwhelmed Clarksburg.
Yeah.
And I give Lou all the credit in the world for making that a more, what do I want to say, structured program about getting people off drugs instead of pretending that Clarksburg has this big homeless problem, because I'm probably going to get, here we go. We're going to make somebody mad. We
Yeah.
don't have a huge homeless
Where's our
problem.
disclaimers? In
Yeah.
no way.
No matter what you think, I'm here to tell you there's not a huge homeless problem in Clarksburg or in Harrison County. There are some homeless
Ooh.
people, but there are very few. And usually, here we go. Usually, it's more of either a mental illness problem or a drug problem.
Now, I think I can agree with you on the second part, but not the first part. I think we do have a problem.
Yeah.
But I also think that the problem is something that's on the mental illness side. It's not, people that you do get, the people that want to be homeless and don't want to change. But
I don't think anybody wants to be homeless.
I disagree.
I think they can't get out of the...
I think there are people that
I see what you're saying,
want
and I'm
to
not
be.
disagreeing with you, but I think they get caught in a loop they can't get out of.
Yeah.
It's not that they want to be homeless, it's that they want to use drugs every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't break out
Right.
of the loop.
Yeah.
And even we have some wonderful organizations like that Homes for Harrison
Mm-hmm.
that, God, man, if people will just play along, they can put them in a house.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Mindy,
Yeah.
she can put you in a house
Right.
if you just follow the rules.
Yeah.
All you got to do is follow the rules, but
Right.
they just don't do it.
Right.
But my point about we don't have that big of a homeless problem is that, so you were much younger. Shannon's very young compared to me, but you were much younger then, and you probably don't remember as well as I do. But when the Mission was at its peak, is that a good way to put it?
Yeah.
You could go over into Glen Elk at whatever time they served lunch, and there would be, on that corner by the vacant lot, literally 75, 80, 100 people standing there waiting. And they're not here now.
Yeah.
They were there because
What
of
were
the
they
services,
waiting for?
to get fed.
Okay.
Now, I hate to make feeding people a negative thing, but it was a beacon that brought people here from far away because it was kind of a proven thing that we figured out at the time that Harrison County didn't have that many homeless people. What we had was people from everywhere hanging out here because the services were so good.
Okay.
Like they wanted to be here and we made it easy for them. And when Lou switched over to a drug program, and, you know, I think it's important for Lou, for me to say that it's not a difficult program to get into. All they have to do is stay off drugs. And Lou's the most charitable guy in the world. He'd take in anybody.
And now also when you consider drugs, because stay off drugs, is that including marijuana too? That's legal currently in the state of West Virginia? Okay.
Marijuana's not a drug, is it?
Okay. Well, that's what you got to classify drugs. Alcohol's technically a drug, that's a whole conversation.
We're talking about is the guy on the corner like this.
Okay.
We're talking about this guy.
The fentanyl lean.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about.
Okay.
Weed's not a drug.
And this is not to make fun of
Yeah. Weed's not a drug.
These
not at all.
But,
no, I don't put that in that category at all. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of those type of people are into even marijuana.
Yeah.
Because it's so recreational.
Right.
The people who have the real problem are way more into meth, heroin.
Yeah. Right.
The real stuff.
Yeah. Maybe the classification, like do meth and heroin, or are those opiates? Is that the right classification for those? Or
yes.
Okay. So the opiates versus the psychedelics versus the uppers versus the downers type of things.
Right.
So I think drugs can have a lot of classifications, but
and the drug problem, and people probably don't want to hear this either, but I can tell you from my position with the county as 911 dispatcher, it has gotten much better. Like, it's not ideal, obviously. We still have a bunch of drug users, but I can tell you maybe like 10 years ago, at the height of the opioid stuff, we would have overdoses 3 times a day. Now it's probably 3 times a week. That's...
Yeah, I just hate the
and we don't have a bunch of dead people.
Word. Yeah,
like there was a lot back then, lots of people dying, and it doesn't. I mean, of course, we're talking about my actual experience with it, so it's not a stat, but it's a lot less.
Right,
it's a ton less.
But your actual
and there's way less people dying. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
There's still overdoses, but they're going to the hospital.
And that's what this podcast could do too, is bring actual experiences of people. I think you and I both have a lot of very unique actual experiences.
Right. I just have to be careful not to say anything gets me in trouble.
Me too. I'm trying. Don't come after me, people, please.
And we'd like to take this opportunity to thank the county commission. We'll make them a commercial. County commission, thank you for your service. And our great county administrator, Laura, I love you and I'll do anything for you. Is that funny? So I just don't want to say anything ever to offend my job.
Yes, there we go. Okay.
One time, I'll tell you.
I'm in a pretty good position where I don't, my jobs at least aren't threatened by saying wrong thing. My future.
That's a great thing about real estate. Nobody's up your butt, right?
In real estate, and I think that's why we both like it, because no one can come out and say the things you said on this podcast. You can't be a realtor.
Well, I work for the government, so I have to be a little bit careful.
Right. Well, my political.
If we ever have a county commissioner on here, we'll have to ask them all like softball questions. We'll treat them like Kim Jong-il. Right. Like, congratulations, county commissioner, on your 6 hole-in-ones this week playing golf.
Yes, because like we mentioned, they fund everything. They're a huge part. But we want to know the people that are on there too, the real people, to ensure that.
And I'm
the
just
people,
kidding. I wouldn't be that easy on them, but I wouldn't offend them either. And that only goes for county commissioners. They're my boss.
Okay.
So we have to be a little bit careful with them.
Yeah.
We may not even have a county commissioner on. We may avoid that completely.
Yeah. My only bosses are like ethics commissions right now, and I love it. That's the best.
Ethics commission?
Yeah, like the real estate ethics commission.
Oh, Shannon, I have so much to teach you.
Okay, sorry.
let me tell you something about ethics, since you got me started on that.
I love ethics.
So if anyone doesn't know, I got an ethics violation.
Did you?
Well, that was back when I was on council. No.
Oh, council. Okay.
Yeah. And
there's another lawsuit going on right now with ethics.
there is a huge lawsuit going on
Maybe we get the members of the lawsuit.
with Lily Junkins and Jimmy Marino.
Uh-huh.
And I hope we can have them on.
I saw Jimmy in Food Line the other day. I think he'd love to come on.
We got the same charge, all three of us. They decided to fight it. I decided not to fight it.
Yeah.
I actually was kind of intimidated by the Ethics Commission. That sounds like a problem right away, doesn't it?
Be a thing.
They totally intimidated me.
Really?
Like, here, you can either fight it and have your hearing, and we might charge you up to $30,000 in a fine, or you can just pay us $1,000 now and take this hour class, and we'll excuse the whole thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is
Now I want to cuss. I
told you it's coming out.
The F word is right on the edge of my tongue right now. I'm not going to say it though.
Well, at least wait until we get a little more established before we go.
So let me tell you something about the Ethics Commission that I don't think very many people know. I didn't know, and I've been, running in government and been in government and done things, lots of stuff in government. Something I didn't know about the Ethics Commission. Did you know that it is a complete waste of your time to file any kind of ethics complaint unless it involves money? Because that's the only thing they care about. If you read the actual West Virginia Ethics Code, it's only about money. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, let me give you an example.
Okay.
If an angry former Clarksburg City Councilman were to file an ethics complaint against members of the Water Board for not disclosing sooner that there was lead in the water, the ethics complaint would be immediately dismissed because it didn't involve those Water Board members making any personal financial gain. Because that's the only rule. So as a realtor, we have to take an ethics class every 2 years.
Yeah.
And it is extensive.
Yes.
It questions every decision you make.
But I'm that nerd that reads the questions and studies the principles of it.
Right. So it questions every decision you make. It questions the wording of things. It questions who you're allowed to say things to, who you're allowed to talk to. The state of West Virginia only cares if you have made a personal gain financially.
Interesting.
Like if you murdered somebody, they wouldn't care.
Yeah.
It's not even in the code. Crazy. I had no idea. So I wrote all these big things up one time, allegedly.
There you go.
Of things that I thought were...
Do we need a podcast lawyer already?
allegedly unethical. Many, many things that I thought were very allegedly unethical.
Yeah.
And I get an email back from them. I'm sorry. The West Virginia Ethics Commission is only interested in things that include financial gain.
Oh, man.
That's all they do.
We got to be able to pull those emails up and stuff. I mean,
that's all they do. That's it. I shit you not, Shannon.
Yeah.
There is nothing. I don't know who how do I say this? If someone in the government does something completely unethical in the state of West Virginia, there's nobody to even tell about it. They don't care.
Yeah.
There's not even anybody to report it to. The Ethics Commission doesn't do that. And they'll tell you straight up they don't do that. And I hope they listen to this. I'm going to send this to the Ethics Commission.
And maybe we'll get someone from the Ethics Commission to come on.
Oh.
I mean, but to challenge them, I want everyone, to be challenged. And if that is if that is really the case, then why is it only that ethics in the state of West Virginia are to be concerned if there is financial matters at play?
That's it.
That's not
no
the
matter
principle
how
of
unethical
ethics.
thing you did.
Yeah. So why is that what code is? But, who makes those codes? Who are the people that, vote and decide upon these codes?
I couldn't believe it. It was their attorney that sent me this email. And I was flabbergasted when I read it. I had no idea. I mean, I thought that the ethical standards of political officials would be at least as high as a real estate agent.
I'm learning that's not the case.
At least!
On the political realm?
You would think it would be at least.
I'm learning quite the opposite.
Like, you think there would be something in there about, lying.
Real estate, and then my former job, like finance, that you have to behave in a fiduciary capacity.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we have all of these, more private type of
As a realtor,
and industry.
if someone sues you, like,
I got fined for not having the correct dimensions of a room updated quickly enough on the MLS. I got a fine.
oh, I've got dumb fines like that before too. I understand why they do it, but yeah, they're crazy about it.
Yeah.
We were not talking about the MLS either. We're gonna make everybody mad.
But then, yeah. But we're gonna get attention, and we're gonna bring people that are gonna talk about these things. So
I got a fine one time because I had a house that I had listed for 6 months, and we took it off the market for 2 months for them to make a couple improvements, and then I put it back in as new. I got a fine for that.
Right.
It's not a new listing; it's been on the market. It's like
it's something in government. As long as there's not finance involved, then
crazy.
might as well do it.
Absolutely crazy. And not to defend myself on that whole situation, but they fined me because if people don't know, we extended our term for 1 year to make the years balance out so we could put in term limits.
Right.
Is why we did it. But the way the Ethics Commission saw it was I gave myself 1 extra year of pay.
Yes, that's the way.
$50 a meeting.
It's reading on all of the news media. That's the way, because that's the way it gets attention.
$50 a meeting.
Yep.
I make over $100,000 a year. $50 a meeting they're going to fine me for? Come
And
on.
$30,000, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, that was just a hollow threat. I don't think they ever could have fined me that much, but that is what they threatened, yes.
But you bring in subjectivity to any matter, then they can. I mean, they have the ability to.
Also, just to throw one more thing in there, before we don't talk about this anymore, before I blow a blood vessel in my head.
My campaign staff is going to be like, why the heck did you
I donated all of my pay. I never took money from Clarksburg. I never took money. I donated it.
Right? They're gonna
Why are we talking about this?
Okay, we got to get back to this.
So anyway, back to what we were talking about. That when
It started with the mission. That's how we got.
no, it was Jimmy and Lily.
Okay.
When Jimmy and Lily win, because their case is pretty much exactly the same as mine. The only difference being they didn't donate their pay like I did, but still, it's such an insignificant amount of money, and what it's going to come down to.
Can I play devil's advocate though with the significance?
Let me tell you before you do that.
Okay.
Let me tell you the one hook. They said that we just gave ourselves another year in office. That was not the case.
Right.
All we did was put it on the ballot. The people voted to give us another year in office.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, 2 things I want to get to. The vote, how you voted, and then, but the significance of it, the incremental amount of money. That to someone else, that $50 is that's where it can get subjective a little bit and say that $50 is a lot to someone and things like that. I try and keep that in mind a little bit.
Is $50 a lot to anyone though at this point?
Is. I think so. I think it is.
It probably averaged out to cents per hour.
Think about the state minimum wage. So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about a guy that I play poker with that told me his hourly wage and how PIA is going to, it was like $13, $14 an hour in the state prison systems. How a 20% increase on PIA is going to significantly affect him. I bet you $50 is a lot.
Between meetings, appearances, work sessions, it was probably $5 an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not, actually, if you count all the other time I put into it doing other things.
Right. Yeah, this is just this statement.
But I see your point. No, I see your point.
All of the listeners, I want to, be a voice for everyone.
No, I see your point, but.
And then the voting thing. thing. So the way that it, and this is just off recollection, but the way I remember reading the article, whether it was exponent or not, was that the whole thing was because not only you guys got paid, but you didn't excuse yourself from some type of vote. Was
Correct.
it something like that? Yeah. So you had an option to excuse yourself.
It wasn't really a vote, but yes, you're kind of right.
Okay.
It's not really a vote. It was more. We never voted on it though. That's the thing that makes it complicated. That's the huge gray area, is you don't vote on the issue in this case. You only vote to put it on the ballot.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That
So
is
you
a
never
very big description.
you never vote to give yourself another year in office.
Yeah.
You vote to give the people a choice.
And the people being the council members.
And in that case, if that's the case, then everybody should have got an ethics.
Yeah.
Not just me and Jimmy and Lily.
Right, because they voted to.
Also, the new guys that came in voted multiple times on how we were going to handle it afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, Wayne and Will and Jerry, they voted multiple times on how we were going to handle it the next step. So if that's the case, then they were guilty of the same thing.
Then how do you do something like that? Like the West Virginia state legislator, everyone caught a bunch of slack when they voted to give themselves a increase. I think it was from $20,000 a year to $30,000 a year. So you talk about, not a lot of money and things like that. So to a lot of people, $20,000 and $30,000 isn't a lot of money for a yearly salary.
Still takes a lot of nerve though.
Yeah. But
Takes a lot of nerve when the state sucks so bad to give yourself a raise.
How do you create a system that votes decides, okay, so inflation was 9% last year and our wage has been, $20,000 for 10 years. How are we not even keeping up with inflation? How do you get those type of things decided? And I don't think it should be the people that are affected that should be deciding it, but how do you get that type of vote out to a larger population? But anyway,
I don't
what
know.
else do we want on?
I don't know. I feel like for the first time in this whole thing, I'm kind of sputtering here, not coming up with anything to say. And I think maybe that's a good time to start wrapping it up.
All right, sounds good to me.
So, closing thoughts.
This is really fun.
How do you think this went?
I think we said a lot of names. I'm a little nervous about that.
No, I don't think we didn't say anything negative about anybody.
No, I don't think we said anything negative.
I like saying names because I want them to know that we want them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then I try, to be as centered and as objective as possible. And if I, said some opinions on certain matters when, we got into that conversation a little bit, like I want people to know my opinions can always change based on new information. And
Oh, sure.
as a person, I want that to always be forefront, that as I do get new information, I want my opinions to change. And even if I am, full-fledged, like I believe this right now, absolutely. If you tell me another piece of information tomorrow, I want to go just as hard in the other direction.
And that's why debate works. And that's why getting on the record like this, it's not even, I think it's not even, for somebody like you right now running for office, it's not even so much about people learning each issue about you. It's more about learning your personality.
Okay.
That's what I want people to know about you.
Yeah.
Your personality.
Okay.
And how you can be flexible.
Very much.
Right?
Yes.
I was always very flexible when I was on council. I mean, I changed my mind, I won't say a lot, but I think I came into government as a much more hardcore person. And when you start learning all the gray areas, everything has so much gray area. Like, there's nothing you can do in government. My advice to you going forward,
Yeah, please.
there's nothing you can do in government that's going to make everybody happy. You're always going to make somebody mad. And sometimes that's okay.
Okay.
It's okay to make a few people mad.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be about the greater good. You know, it's got to be about how can you make the most impact.
Yeah.
You know,
And I do want to make the most impact. I want to get the word out to as many people as possible.
absolutely. And like I said, I think it's time for us to wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time. If your friends send you little clips from this interview and you feel a certain way, I encourage you to watch the full interview, the entire, I guess it was an interview. We're both hosts. So the full just kind of layout of how we're doing this. You know, I want to be a regular guest host on this, but this is definitely Gary's thing. It all came about because he's making this happen. This is in his basement right now. He bought all the supplies. This is because of Gary. So this is happening because of him, but I definitely want to be a huge part of this going forward. And I'm so honored that I was able to be your first guest host.
Awesome. You're kind of the first guest.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't, I don't know how to phrase it.
You're going to be the guest host. Today you were almost like the first guest.
I guess I was a guest. Yeah, we probably did phrase this
We probably
all
could
wrong.
have talked more about you and your election, but maybe we'll do that on another show. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Maybe I'll bring
We're learning.
another guest host in here.
There we go.
To be the guest host when you're the guest.
Exactly. I love that plan.
At one point, Jerry Riffle was going to do this with me, so I'll at least let him be a guest host some.
Sounds great. Okay, yeah. Get Jerry.
Jerry,
but Jerry, I got in there first.
Before I got you, Jerry and I talked about this. That was probably years ago.
Sorry, Jerry.
I think that was when we were both on council, and we were always kind of following the same thinking a little bit.
But I like to see things through. So we saw this through, and it's happening.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in to Observer Live. We're going to cut this off now. I'm about to hit the stop button. I hope you watch the Facebook group, the Clarksburg News and Observer, and see updates for when our next show will be and who our next other guest will be other than Shannon. And I'm looking forward to this being something successful. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Bye.